evening, everyone. I am Sergeant Scott Haynes, and I will be your MC for this evening. On behalf of Chief Kazmar and the Tucson Police Department, welcome to the annual memorial ceremony honoring our fallen officers. Please stand for the presentation of colors. You will notice among the colors we post one flag which has streamers attached. Each streamer bears the name of one of our fallen officers. Following the posting of the colors, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by Detective Corin Ruiz and invocation by Officer Jonathan Alameda.
Reset! Up! Left, right. Left, right. Left. Left, right. Left. Order up. About turn. Mark. Prepare to post. Post. Good. Present. Up.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hold on. Order on. Left, right. Left. Forward. Up. Left, right. Left, right. Left. Left, right.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege we have to gather today and remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in service to this community. As today is a day to remember, we ask that we would never forget their courage, their service, and their sacrifice. We invite your presence to be with us this evening. As this year is especially difficult, I ask for your continued comfort for all those who are still suffering and mourning the loss of their loved one. Surround them with your presence, remind them of your love, and may they know that they are not alone in their journey. We acknowledge that the sacrifice is not limited to the individuals themselves, but also their families. Tonight we remember all those who have laid down their life, and we are grateful that there are those who are willing to sacrifice everything so others may live in safety. Your word tells us, greater love has no man than this, than he who lays down his life for a friend. This verse is often used to encourage those who serve in this occupation, and I pray that it would encourage those tonight. I also ask for your continued protection for those who are on the battlefield, even tonight, standing watch over the city. I pray that those who would do us harm would turn for their evil ways, but if they refuse, I pray that you would grant us victory in battle. In your name, amen.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Get that out of the way right off the bat. To pay tribute to our 10 fallen police heroes. I would like to recognize the families of our fallen who are able to be with us in person here tonight. The families of William Elliott, Patrick Hardesty, Eric Height, Jason Southard, and Adam Buckner. I would also like to recognize the dignitaries and special guests with us tonight, many of them who have helped me lead my agency through one of the most challenging months of my time as chief. Mayor Romero, current Deputy City Manager and future City Manager, Mr. Timothy Tamure, representation from Ward 6, City Attorney Mike Rankin, Representative Congressman Siscomani's office, along with all of our public safety partners and other city, state, federal, and local public safety community that has really helped us get this job done every day in this community, and is an absolute team effort. I also want to let you know City Manager Michael Ortega had a family emergency and he couldn't be here with us tonight, but his thoughts are with all of us. And I just saw an important person also from the City Manager's office, Anna Rosenberry, with us tonight as well. We are grateful for your presence and your support with us. Commemorate these brave, honorable officers. This is a night of remembrance and coming together to express our gratitude for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving our community. To my team members, it is an honor to serve alongside you as Chief of Police. Our presence tonight and continued service ensures the fallen officer legacies stand the test of time. Our history is honored through our fallen officer memorial tonight, but also through year-round through your tremendous work that you all do every day and every night serving this community. Last year, 137 officers were killed in the line of duty in our country. 4 officers alone were killed last week in one incident in Charlotte, North Carolina, where an additional 4 officers are also recovering from serious injuries. As of today, and this number changes daily, sometimes hourly, we have lost 55 officers in our nation. Lead Police Officer Adam R. Buckner was one of our fallen officers. Adam's loss has impacted the TPD family, our broader City of Tucson team, the Arizona law enforcement family, and our Tucson community. In taking time to reflect during such an incredible loss of law enforcement in just the first 4 months of 2024, it's a humbling reminder for all of us to express our gratitude to each other, for our loved ones, for our Tucson public safety team members, and our community. In these times of great sacrifice and sorrow, we find our reinforced purpose in our chosen profession. I am grateful for the overwhelming support that we have received from everyone who's present with us tonight. You give us strength as we navigate our grief, embarking on the long journey towards our new normal. Officer Buckner's formal memorialization as the 10th TPD officer to die in the line of duty will take place at next year's service. And to follow will be our capital service and our national memorial service. We are grateful to you, Katie and Joy, and friends for being here with us tonight. Tonight we pay special honor to fallen detective Jason H. Southard. Detective Southard lost his life on November 26, 2021, after becoming infected with COVID-19 during the global pandemic. Due to the nature of our work within police service, Detective Southard was required to work and interact with the community at a time when the majority of our country was able to follow quarantine protocols. First responders in our community, in our country, risked their personal health and possible exposure to their families while upholding their oath and their public safety responsibilities. Detective Southard contracted COVID-19 while on duty and died as a result of the complications from the virus. Tonight, along with our state and our federal partners, we recognize Detective Southard's service and his sacrifice as a line of duty death. Jason paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving our community. Detective Southard, a 17-year veteran, was assigned to the Neighborhood Crime Section in Operations Division West. Jason is survived by his wife, Madeline, and his two sons, Michael and Matthew. Matthew couldn't be here with us tonight, but I suspect he's growing like a weed, just like Michael. And of course, his mother and family and friends. In honor of our fallen, Detective Southard's name has been added to the granite book to my right, and tonight his name will be added to our memorial flag. His photo will join the fallen officers' memorial wall in the main station, and next year Jason Southard's name will also be engraved at the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. I want to take a moment on behalf of everyone here tonight in the public safety and law enforcement family to thank Madeline and Michael and Matthew and Jason's mother for sharing Jason with our TPD family. We look back on the shared moments during his 17 years at TPD. Jason was not only a colleague, but a friend and a mentor, a passionate instructor, and a great person to be around. We are grateful for our time with Jason and for being part of our TPD family, and we will never forget his sacrifice. It is important that we acknowledge the commitment and dedication of the family of the loved ones of our officers make. When a police officer takes the oath to serve a community, what goes unsaid is a 24/7 commitment that goes with that. It's not a switch that's easily turned off. When we make it home after a tough shift, the exposures of our work that day and sometimes that trauma, it goes home with us. Many of our team members routinely get called out in the middle of the night. Shifts can be extended several hours to cover heavy call loads and critical incidents and unplanned protests in a politically charged world that keeps law enforcement on their toes. While this takes a direct toll on our team members, it takes an indirect toll on our loved ones and our family and friends. As I reflect on the loss of Detective Southard and the recent loss of LPO Buckner, I am filled with pride and appreciation and hope as I've watched our team, our TPD family, come together in strength and unity in these difficult times. It is the same support and strength that I saw in this special agency when we lost Officer Stephen Cass, Sergeant Amanda Voss, and retired Officer Chris Fignolio, who all passed away off duty by suicide. I am grateful for the support and the financial investment that city leadership has made to fund proactive measures that we are making to invest in mental health and wellness of our team members, and those have certainly paid off in the last few months. Tonight, we are not only here for the memory of our fallen officers, but we are here to celebrate and support the families who live their lives without their loved ones. I realize there are no words, there is no ceremony that can ease your pain. But tonight, we join together to honor your courage and to fill your hearts with our gratitude and for your family members' service and sacrifice. Each officer served and sacrificed a purpose far greater than themselves. Thank you for sharing your family member with us. Your sacrifice mattered. We are grateful for each of you, and we will always consider you part of the TPD family. We recognize that time does not heal all wounds. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten by this agency or this community. In closing, to our current officers and the public safety leaders here tonight, your integrity, your courage, your empathy, and the public service you each make every day makes this community a safer place to live. May we honor the sacrifice of our fallen officers through our continued work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Kazmar. We will now have the President of the Tucson Police Officers Association, Sergeant Daryl Hussman, explain the symbolism of the wreaths you see posted here at the front. Following Sergeant Hussman will be Vice President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Officer Heather Ma, to discuss the symbolism of the roses that will be placed during the roll call of officers.
Over the next 2 weeks across the nation, community members and law enforcement alike are paying their respects to the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice while protecting their communities. Although some of our friends, colleagues, and family members have passed on, we will always hold them in our hearts and in our minds. The shape of the wreath reminds us of the unending bond within law enforcement to support each other and protect our communities. Like the bond demonstrated by a circle, we promise to never let one another down and never stop fighting for justice. The wreath reminds us that we must never stop defending people's freedoms. We are reminded to continue serving our communities, protecting those who cannot protect themselves. And it reminds us to never stop supporting one another. Today, we honor our fallen brothers and sisters with our service, our friendship, and our love. May God bless those we remember today, and may God bless each one of you.
Red roses have long been associated with representing love. Giving a single red rose symbolizes the giving of your heart. A single red rose will now be placed on the memorial for each member of the Tucson Police Department that we have lost in the line of duty. The placement of the rose is a sign of respect and honor for the memory of those that we knew, worked with, and loved, that paid the ultimate price doing the job that they loved, protecting the community that they served. The names are as followed:
Officer William Elliott. End of watch, July 3rd, 1892.
Officer William Katzenstein. End of watch, July 26, 1902.
Officer Robert Cummins. End of watch, September 7th, 1936.
Officer Barry Hedricks. End of watch, October 28th, 1974.
Officer James Smith. End of watch, October 28th, 1980.
Officer Jeffrey Ross. End of watch, February 18th, 1982.
Officer Patrick K. Hardesty. End of watch, May 26, 2003.
Officer Eric D. Height. End of watch, June 2nd, 2008.
Detective Jason H. Southard. End of watch, November 26, 2021.
Officer Adam R. Buckner. End of watch, March 31st, 2024.
May we never have to add another name to this list.
The Tucson Fire Department Pipes and Drums will now play Amazing Grace. We ask that you take this opportunity to reflect on the sacrifices our law enforcement officers make on a daily basis. We will now add a streamer with Detective Southard's name to our TPD Honor Guard flag, forever tying his name with our fallen. Please stand for the rifle salute, which will consist of 3 volleys of gunfire, followed by the playing of taps. Be seated. Today we reflect not only on the ultimate sacrifice of our fallen, but more importantly, on how they lived and the impact they made on their family, their friends, and the Tucson community. The members of the Tucson Police Department stand on the shoulders of giants, our fallen brothers and sisters, and all generations of TPD officers that have served before us. In recognition of our long and storied history, our newest generation of officers carry the sacred duty of guarding our heritage into the future. With that said, tonight we continue the tradition of passing the badge. For the past year, 4 officers representing each patrol division have been wearing the Heritage Badge. The Heritage Badge is a replica of the first badge worn by TPD officers beginning in 1881. These officers represent the best and brightest of our newest generation of guardians. These badges will now be passed to the next generation of officers.
The heritage of our agency has been built upon 153 years of service to the Tucson community. Part of that heritage is remembering the legacy of our fallen officers. In the spirit of that preservation, we formally entrust the next generation of Tucson Police Department officers as the guardians of this tradition.
Operations Division South. Operations Division West. Operations Division Midtown. Operations Division East. You have been selected to represent our heritage with the passing of these badges. Proudly wear and display this badge until next year's memorial, where you will pass it on to the next generation. Ensure that our fallen are not forgotten. Please rise while the honor guard retires the ceremonial colors. This concludes our ceremony. On behalf of Chief Kazmar and the Tucson Police Department, I would like to thank you for attending this evening's event honoring our fallen. Have a good night.